Welcome to Chaos Conjure,
the podcast where we navigate the complexities of being pagan in an Appalachian mountains.
This is Jay.
This is Dottie.
Fill your sippy cups.
Put on your grippy socks. And grab your magic wands. Fuck it. There we go. How's that look? We're both in screen.
We're both in screen.
Fair enough.
We're far away because we are far away from civilization.
Which is where I like to be as much as possible.
Yes. But we're probably really only 6 miles away from the center of town.
Probably.
City. Charleston's a city.
So, welcome to another episode of Chaos Conjure with...
Hi, I'm Jay.
And Dottie.
We're tired, y'all.
In my soul. There's no recovering from the level of tired I am. I'm done with society. I'm done with...
work.
I'm done with the day-to-day minutia of insurance and bills and taxes and...
All that.
All the stuff that is not the topic of this conversation.
Right, but no, it actually leads into...
Ooh, there's snake skin.
Ooh. Nice. See? And that, too, leads into what we're going to talk about today. We're talking about protection. Protection from the mundane, protection from the spiritual.
Protection from STDs.
Are we talking about protection from STDs?
We should always...
considering you just found,
well, I did find a skin.
Right, she found a skin.
Not that kind of skin. A snake skin,
but
yeah,
we might talk about condoms later. But we're talking about protection and how to protect yourself from outside forces, from spiritual attacks when you are performing your craft, and sometimes even from yourself.
Honestly, that's who I need more protection from than anybody else. I'm the one who has screwed me over the most in life.
Well, I can't say that, but yeah. I've screwed myself over some pretty decent times.
Right.
Pretty decent times. But yeah, so let's just start with the basics.
Oh, we are in coonskin.
Right.
We're welcome to one of West Virginia's beautiful there's trails.
Is Coonskin a state park? I don't know if it's a state park. Look it up. I don't think it's a state park. I think it just says Coonskin. Coonskin Park.
It's got one of the little browns. Editing, Dottie. Drop us some info right here. And we're back.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. We used to come up here for family reunions and stuff. Nice. Come up here and swim, birthday parties.
Ooh, there's a place to swim?
Coonskin has a pool.
Oh, it does. When you come in, I forget, once you get out past, there is a recreational area when you come in. I'm not advertising for them. It's just a cool place to be. Check it out.
So, just so that you know, we're also close to the airport.
Again.
This time, it's a different biplane. If you can hear me, it's a different biplane. This one has a green nose. The other one had a red one. I remember that. That's the little things.
We'll try to get away from the airport next time.
Right. We're still trying to be outside, but we'll try not to be at the airport.
At this point, the airport is a running joke. I'm going to have to record an airport noise and put it the end where I was putting that dog.
Right. Bless it. Okay. So, one of the first things that you should do when you are doing protection for yourself is cleanse. And it doesn't mean, you have to use sage or Palo Santo or anything like that. Literally, just take a bath.
Yeah.
Take a bath, wash your hair, wash your face. Wash everything. Your hair, your face, your ears, your neck, you know what I'm saying? Rinse your mouth out, your shoulders. Literally wash everything from top to bottom thoroughly. Make sure you're clean.
It's funny.
It sounds funny when you say that, but a lot of times if you do it, especially with intention, and you say, okay, I'm washing the negative thoughts out of my head while you're washing your hair, and I'm washing, the negative words out of my mouth, and you spit the water back out in your throat and stuff like that, your shoulders, washing the weight off your shoulders, you're literally cleansing yourself the negativity that you pick up during the day.
Right. You know, this is actually one of the, because this is one of, like, you know, I got people coming in with spiritual problems. They need spiritual solutions, professional psychic. So I have a lot of people. That's one of them. That's one of them I teach them. I'm like, go take a shower, but I want you to feel the water not just flow around you, but also through you.
Right, right. I tell people, and I do this at home.
Right.
When I feel the ick and I feel like I need to protect myself and I need to cleanse
You're around
myself.
awful people.
Right. I'm around not awful people every day, but I have my moments. But one of the things that I do that really, really works well for me is I have a specific bar of soap.
Oh, I do too.
You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
specific bar of soap
Like
that I made on my own.
Oh.
But I have a specific soap. And I mean, you can go and choose a specific bar of soap. I suggest a white soap or a black soap.
Ivory's got camphor in it, or not camphor. I want to say citronella smell.
It's got something because it smells
Yeah.
really good.
It smells really good, but it is actually like it's also biodegradable. So like if you're
If that's your thing.
yeah.
But yeah, I make my own soap, and I'm not going to say what all is in it, but I make my own soap for that reason, and I use that to cleanse with.
I've been thinking about making soap.
Yeah, I need to actually make some more. I'm like down to like 2 bars now. But
I will quickly turn this into a cleansing video. I've got a
you know,
whole. I got. Did I tell you about
the
this
protection? We'll do cleansing next time.
Yeah, we gotta do-
cleansing next time, y'all.
Right.
But yeah,
Got a whole
but that's what I
script.
use. You know what I'm saying? And it's my protective bar of soap. So if I know that I am like, if I come home and I feel the ick, and I feel like I've gathered so much stuff, then you know that's what I wash with, and I put my and I protect myself afterwards. Like that's what it is. And I do it in the mornings and stuff too. So.
Do you feel that? It is like fresh.
Ooh, that is fresh.
It's like sticky, just a little.
That
bit.
is. Do you want me? You can stick it right there.
Yeah.
But
That's
But
nice.
yeah, like that's one of the first things. As soon as somebody says, you know, I feel like I need to be protected, that's the first thing that I tell them.
Yeah. Did I tell you what? Like, because there's like proactive protection, and then there's like
There's offensive defense.
yeah, offensive defense. Because like you want to have like blessing the car. Every car I've ever owned, one of the first things I do is I sit down and I kind of I put an energetic shield upon it. You
Right,
know?
right.
Like I'm like I love that. I start to treat that car as if it is a being, and a lot of times because
Yep.
you know it will start to try and kind of protect itself. And I tell you what, that's especially like this one's my mom's car. She put little like wards in it already, but that's still the first thing I do. I get a car, I start working with the like shielding around the car.
Right, right.
Just to keep crap off.
I talk to the car like you said.
Mostly
the
it's,
same
please
green
don't be
airplane.
expensive. Please don't be expensive.
Right, right. But yeah, I talk to the car, ask for its help. You know what I'm saying? Give it my
Yeah.
word that I'm going to help it, because sometimes that's more protection than anything. If you just make the agreement to be there for something or someone.
Same with your house.
Right.
Very
right.
much. Like your house,
Very
like, if
much.
you treat it like it's a spirit, it will behave, like it will take
Yep.
on its own
Yep.
genus.
Yep. And if you have
all
have
favorite
roommates and stuff, because like I have a roommate, and we have wards up in the house, but my room specifically has the wards and the protection that I did.
Right,
Like the same as
right.
with the car.
Making
we
sure
share
you
a
got
car.
your own space to
Right.
go back into.
Right. We share the car, and so I don't know if she's put any protection things on it, but I have. And I mean, we've had some issues with the car breaking down and stuff, but they were
that's
like
normal.
immediately, you know what I'm saying? Immediately taken care of. But yeah, so another thing with the protection is your clothing. What? What is so funny?
The clothing, immediately I
Oh.
think of those damn boots.
Yeah, yes. Oh my gosh. We're not even going to talk about that on this.
Well,
We're not
no,
going to
but
do
that
that. We're
is
not
a bit-
going there.
Okay, yeah, that's
not
a whole
going there.
feet or a whole
But-
episode, but that's
We can do a whole episode on what you can do with people's feet. But yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'm
But,
here for it. Yeah.
But yeah, so like your clothing, and
Don't
like
give
you
your
said,
shoes away.
the shoes, right? The shoes that you wear, the clothing that you wear. A lot of people when they do ritual, they wear a specific color.
Yeah.
You wear
Specific-
black.
I think I'm really considering joining a group that has like a formal attire.
Is their color black?
Robes. It is black. It is black.
Okay.
They have black, and then they have gray for for members over, I think, 65. But they, prior to that, because, you know, I've been a yeah, that's right, that's what I am.
Right, exactly.
A coyote this whole time. I didn't really have formal ritual wear, but there were certainly times where I would, like, put on something nicer.
Right.
You know.
I normally wear white.
That makes sense. Like the white protection.
I normally wear white because it's a void.
True.
It's
like
a void, so I can pull in, you know what I'm saying? I can pull in what it is that I need to.
Sorry, that's my feet.
I wear black because it's all colors. You know what I'm saying?
So if I'm doing backwards.
No. White is a void of color. If you take all of your colors and you put them together, you're going to come out with black. Seriously. Like, I can explain it to you in a race thing on a whole different, when we're not on video.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I'm doing protection and I'm using the chaos, or I'm trying to pull in from a lot of different things in different places and stuff, I wear black. But if I'm doing something defensive and I need an extra oomph, I wear black. If I'm doing something offensive, I wear white.
That makes sense, because I tend to like. So when I think of black being the void of night, you know, like the darkness.
It's all the colors.
Okay. And then,
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Right.
I get where you're coming from.
Right, and I just that's what I associate with it. That doesn't mean that is the way to associate.
Yeah.
But definitely, and black is a protective color. Blue, dark blues, wearing dark blue and black. Once you think about it, it does help you to kind of like, especially like if you're walking at night or something, that does help you blend in. And camouflage is kind of a great way to protect yourself.
So I'm just going to let you know, we have a guest star right now.
Hello, puppy.
He's coming over here, and Dottie has this pet that dog thing.
I do. I pet that dog. Oh, no, the dog ran away. The dog
The dog left.
Smarter than I am.
But I thought we were about to have a guest, which would have been fine. Pardon? Oh.
I'll have to remember that next time, good sir.
I'm not mad about that. Same.
One of these days, we will have to have a special guest on here.
We're getting to that. We will.
Okay. We will. He's protection. A good dog, a good familiar is great protection.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Which was a great lead into that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was kind of awesome. That reminded me of that. Although I'm gonna keep my mouth right. I have a problem with people who use their familiars as like a first line of defense, because I have definitely seen people who will go and do dumb shit
and let their animal catch the hell.
Catch the karma.
And I was getting ready to say that. That is so funny. So here's the thing, from my experience.
Slowly sliding.
Slowly.
I am slowly. There's
Get up here. Put your back to that or something, so you don't fall down the hill.
It's all. Oh no, there's mossy spot.
But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that, but I've also seen where
an ex-roommate who did that shit.
Yeah, see, I've seen where I know someone, and she has a couple of familiars, and it's so funny because she has a cat and a dog, and her cat, of course, cats see everything. Mm-hmm. So the cat is like her first line of defense, like the scout.
Right. The cat's like, hey.
Yeah, you know,
hey.
The cat is like, oh, okay, I see something.
Dogs will go and stir shit.
The dog is like, nah, but what is it? Poke the bear.
Right.
What is it? What is
it?
The
no,
what are you doing here?
It. Like, you can't,
you know what I'm saying, barking and growling at it and stuff. And then she knows something's up, because very seldom do both of them act up.
Just act up, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so we're cracking joke. We're talking about my footwear, because I went backpacking for the first time, and I thought I was wearing appropriate shoes, but they kept sliding and I nearly died. But the whole time I was there, if I was in my tent, and because we were up, like, our tent was kind of on the way to the potty area. Mm-hmm. So everybody had to walk by where we were sleeping, but it was just a little bit away from the rest of the camp, because they decided to camp closer to the creek, and we didn't want to actually pitch a full tent, so we camped up on the platform. And as long as I was in that tent, he was in full guard mode. Like, he was baring his teeth to people that he usually loves on. Moment I got out of the tent.
To make sure that nobody came in the tent with you.
The moment,
Protection, right there.
I was out of that tent, the moment I was up and moving, he was back to good dog mode.
Mm-hmm.
It was sweet, baby. He's a very good dog.
He is.
We love
But
my
yeah,
dog.
so, you know, you have your animals.
Right. And familiars are a little different than just pets. Like, I'm not saying that your pet isn't a valued member of your family. That
right,
is not
and we're
it,
not saying that your pet can't be your familiar.
Right. But there is something...
But when they're in familiar mode, they are definitely not
different.
your pet.
Oh, yeah. No, they're working.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're definitely not your pet in that moment at all.
Also, my dog will definitely bring messages from Hecate. Like, he'll bring messages from the gods if I'm missing something.
You might want to pause that and lower it so I can sit down, because my legs are like, it's draining all the blood to
All
my
right.
legs, pulling me down.
Sure.
So, since we got to take a little break here anyway, let me tell you about Metro Valley Pagan Pride and our flagship event, Broom Not Vroom, September 27th at Valley Park in Hurricane. We're going to have entertainment, we got a food truck, y'all. We got a whole lot of merchants. We got kids' activities, we got live entertainment, and the Chariot of Eternity, a OTO group from Cleveland, will be doing our opening and closing ritual. So if you're a member of the pagan community or just pagan friendly, this is a great event to come out and meet like-minded people and enjoy yourself for the day. That is September 27th, Broom Not Vroom, Valley Park, Hurricane. We are pagan, we are proud.
So, we're back. We had a slight location change. I was losing feeling in my legs, not going to lie.
Oh,
Losing
my God.
feeling
The
in my
times I
legs.
think you carry on the rock, you're 20. I tell you what, you feel it about, like...
52.
Right. Happy birthday.
52. Thank you. Thank you. We're filming this like 2 days after my 52nd birthday. But yeah, so with, we did the clothing.
Dogs.
We did the animals.
Right.
The
Dogs will
familiars.
protect you more than cats. Cats will let you walk right into it.
Cats will tell you that it's there and
Yeah,
then
they'll
watch you
warn
walk
you.
right into
They'll
it
warn
anyway
you.
because you didn't listen.
Right, like, I can't, you're too big for me to get in front of. Dogs
You know what
will
I'm
get
saying?
in front of you.
Right. Little dogs will get in front of you.
Right.
But something that she said when we were transitioning was tattoos. I know that Dottie has some tattoos on her back
yeah.
that I'm positive are protective.
I
don't think you really meant for them to be.
They
Like,
were
I don't think
more-
that the design was thought. I don't think you
Yes and
did
no.
it with the intention of having super duper protective tattoos.
Right.
I
They
think you
were-
just was like, I want a tattoo, and then it just happened to be a super duper protective tattoo.
It was yes and no. Very much. I knew when I put it on, because it's a deep personal sigil with
Right.
a lot of mystical symbols in it.
Right.
And so I very much was protecting myself, because I had just, when I got my first tattoo, I think I turned 32. I got it on my 32nd birthday after I left my shitty ex, and I wanted to do that tattoo so that I could never be owned. I was marking myself.
Right. Gotcha.
This is my body. I will not be owned by another.
Gotcha.
And also, and I noticed this, because I also, when I was in that situation, there was a lot of dark magic around, and I had no protection. And so I am pretty sure I got mildly possessed. Not like full bore, not like, not, I want to say Linda Blair.
Yeah, The Exorcist.
Yeah. Yeah, not full Linda Blair, I'm not spitting pea soup and spinning around, but definitely full burnout, and I didn't quite lose time, but I definitely started to feel like my actions were not my own, which is fucking scary.
Yeah, that's horrible. That is horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So after that, I'm like, this is my body, this is me, I am.
yes, I got that.
You know?
And her tattoos are beautiful. I'm not gonna ask her to show, but they're beautiful. I have an ankh. My first tattoo was an ankh.
Ooh, key to life and death.
Absolutely. And then I immediately got pregnant right after that, which was hilarious.
Okay, how it goes though.
But I have Anubis. There are bugs, so if you see me wiping, there are bugs. I'm not scared of bugs, I just don't want them on me. But there are, I have Anubis on my back with a butterfly that's a protective tattoo. I have a sigil on my hand. I have a hieroglyph on my neck. Like I have several protective tattoos. Yeah, it's something about putting the ink on my body. I feel, especially when it's done with intention.
It's like a divine sacrifice.
Yes, like
it's a sacrifice of pain.
Yes, like I
blood.
prayed, like the sigil on my hand. Like I prayed over the ink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that, and so yeah, you know.
You know what protection? We're talking about protection. Being smart about your own intelligence is your first line of defense. So I'm gonna work this in here because definitely if we're talking about tattoos, you got to trust the person you're getting the tattoo from.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't have to necessarily have knowledge of the arcane.
Right, and they don't have to know what your intention is for your tattoo.
But they gotta have a positive, real intention. They need to be a professional artist.
And you have to feel safe with that person.
Yeah.
Because if you don't feel safe, there's no point doing the protection magic because it's not going to work.
No.
You don't do protection magic out of fear.
I don't let people around me I don't feel safe around anymore. It's just a general rule. Like, curating your society is a form of protection. Like,
absolutely.
Friendships, normal day-to-day shit we don't think about definitely would fall under that protective magic, but you wouldn't think about it because it becomes a natural barrier. If your vibration is this high, and if your vibration is this high, you're not going to attract people down here because, you know, elm trees don't get COVID.
Facts. I like that. Okay, so those are like the little mundane things that you can do.
Right.
Like when you get into the spiritual thing, like when you call corners, like when you create your sacred space and call corners, create circle, whatever it is that you call it.
Right.
Did I just get bit? I did. That is
bug spray is a great
protection. The right clothing when you're out in the woods sitting on the ground.
The right shoes.
Right. A hat. That too.
Okay, yeah, you keep I'll show you one of my protections. So we're talking about like the necklaces, but also
she's grabbing one of her protective things. Right, her hat.
Yeah, I am known.
If you see her on the street, you know this hat.
Right. This
you
is
know this hat.
It has two functions. It is number one. It is making my presence known.
Yes.
It also, like, because it is so much a part of my identity, when I take the hat off, not everybody recognizes me.
Facts.
But also, like, it is literally protective from the sun. And also, there is a little, like,
protective things on top of the hat.
And you can tuck charms. There's like a hat band that I can tuck stuff into. I had a bunch of salt in there until it finally dissolved.
Bless it. That is so funny.
Here's something. This is one a friend of mine told me about. Now, if you find pieces of broken mirror, you're not supposed to buy them, and you're certainly not supposed to break the mirror. But if you find a broken piece of mirror, then that's supposed to be protective, and it's worked pretty well. Like when I wear my hat, but I put it on a popsicle stick because I'm gonna make it into a whole little thing.
Got you.
With all the feathers I pick up.
Facts. Crystals. I work with crystals all the time. Crystals are protective.
Selenite, but you can't really wear that. But it is protective.
But just different crystals, and we're not gonna list a whole bunch of them right now because. Well, it'll be a whole video.
Yeah, it could be.
But you can wear them. Like I wear mine. She's wearing hers.
This is
rings.
This isn't. These are the.
Those are Nazars.
Nazars.
So just so that you know, one of my heels that I will die on and fight you over. Everybody's like, "Ooh, the evil eye, evil eye." You don't want the evil eye because the evil eye is the curse. What you want is the Nazar, Nazar. The Nazar, the Nazar is the repellent for the evil eye curse. The eye that you see with the little dot in it,
Right.
regardless of what color, those are called nazars.
Oh, and the ones with the hand. Like the hand.
Those are
with
Hamsa hands. Those are protective too. But the eye, where you see the little bead and it's the eye, and you know what I'm saying, those are called nazars. Say it with me, nazar. You don't want an evil eye bracelet because that is a cursed bracelet. You want a nazar bracelet. I make those just so that you know. Shameless plug. But that's what that is. Okay, so you don't want to call it the wrong thing because words can also be protective. The words that you use when you speak to other people and about yourself. So our little almost co-star, our little, our little guest appearance is out here again.
Lock the bottom gate at 7.
They lock the box.
Okay.
Okay, what time is it?
It's 7:04.
Oh,
We need to go.
We need to go.
We'll finish this episode someplace else.
Because they'll let you out later, but they're going to run around and do other things, and they might not get here till like 7:45 or 8. I mean, you can stay, but your cars are going to be locked up here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
If I get locked in. I got stuff to do in the morning.
thank you. What is your pup's name?
What is it?
Your pup's name? Basil?
Yeah.
I love that.
Dog.
All right, let's try this again. Change of location.
Where were we?
We didn't want to get locked up. Not locked up like going to jail, but like locked into
Locked into
into
the
that
park.
particular area of the park.
Yeah, there's like an upper trail and like a lower trail where we were trying to go to the fancy
Upper
rock.
Trail Park. There's a grotto up there. It'll be in another video, promise.
We got better shoes.
No, I have the right shoes. I don't have the right pants. She don't have the right shoes.
Not anymore. I thought I did. They didn't work out so well, so I gotta get me some new shoes.
I'm over here mismatched like all goodness in some Timberland boots,
So we gotta
some
definitely
4-inch socks, black dress pants, and a tank top.
We're definitely, when I get my new shoes, we're definitely gonna have to do the episode on
Absolutely.
and shoes and put.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are you getting hiking shoes?
Yeah.
Same. Same. Okay.
You get them.
Maybe that should be part of the episode, is us going to find hiking shoes.
That would be really cool.
That would be fun.
We could just probably B-roll that, because can you imagine us having this conversation in the middle of like the shoe show? I'm sorry, I say it a weird way because my husband does, because he's got some trauma around the shoe show.
Bless it. Okay.
Anyway, all the way off the topic. Protection.
Yeah, we were talking about tattoos and stuff, and then, we
Also
decided we were
condoms.
coming down. Yeah, and condoms, because protection.
Right. Any conversation about protection should involve protection.
With condoms.
Yeah.
And this is why. This is the thing. So,
Protecting your energy and your body.
Right. So, when you protect your physical body with the use of a condom, it also protects your energy. Because when you're having sex, it's an energetic exchange.
Right.
And if you don't know that that's what's going on,
Right.
excuse me, then you get your energy sapped.
Yeah, there's a whole
It's
sexual
part of
magic.
Right.
that-
We'll go into that on a different episode
that,
too.
That is a
But
whole field.
with
but yeah,
that
definitely.
exchange of energy, that's why you have people who feel like sex is the only thing they have to offer someone,
Yeah.
because they're not realizing that this person is thriving off of their energy. So yeah,
Yeah.
condoms will help decrease that.
I don't think it really stops. Like
It doesn't stop it.
Yeah, that doesn't
It doesn't
stop the
stop it.
energetic flow, because there's still
But-
a lot of physical.
Right, but it
contact,
decreases that,
connection
because when
contact.
you spill your seed, or you are lubricated.
Right.
Can I say it that way? That's how I'm gonna say it.
when the
Um,
ejaculation
Right.
enters the
That's
vagina.
that's you know what I'm saying. Your energy, your vagina puts out a certain type of energy that men are attracted to. That's just fact.
Right.
And then your penis puts out a certain type of energy that women are attracted to. It's just fact.
the one
And
to the
so-
chalice.
Right. Exactly. And so that's what happens. So when you're doing something spiritually and you're calling corners,
Right.
or casting circle, just creating sacred space in general, you do that so that, one, you're protected in whatever it is that you're doing, and two, whatever you're doing is protected for whatever it is you're doing.
Right.
So that
right.
it's a twofold thing.
It's like sometimes, because especially if you're doing like spirit work, guardian work,
Right.
you're getting another set of eyes on the situation
Right.
for one thing.
Right, and the
Which
thing
is
is that you also don't want to. You put this circle up because a lot of times I gotta scoot my seat back so I can lean against the wall. There we go. Okay, so a lot of times when you put circle up, because you are doing something, well, even before you put circle up, when you're getting ready to do something, if you are doing any kind of crafting, magic, or I call it crafting, she calls it magic. If you're doing anything like that,
I've been calling it work lately.
work.
I've been
Right,
working.
there you go.
Doing some work. Because that's a nice little code word.
Yes, and I'm always crafting.
Right.
In some
crafting.
way, form, or shape.
Now, I've definitely done arts and crafts.
But,
Well, I mean, it is the craft.
Right.
Like, a lot of us refer to it as the craft.
Right. So, anyway, so whatever you call it, when you get everything together and you're getting ready to start doing that, Spirit's watching, the universe is watching. And a lot of times the universe will protect you on its own because Source, like the great, will protect you. But, like, the gods and goddesses will protect you because you're working with them. But in that, you also start creating a light
Yeah,
or
that
a
is
darkness, depending on
very
what you're doing,
attractive.
inside of you that is
Yeah.
attractive to other deities, to other entities, and things like that.
Right.
And they will come and sometimes, they'll come and start peeping over your shoulder.
Oh, God, yeah. I've had the creepers come in, the watchers.
You know what I'm saying? Right. The watchers will
They're
show
just
up.
like things that and they
And
don't
they
really
just
do anything
watch.
but make you feel like your skin's a crawl.
Right. But they'll sit and watch.
Right. I will say,
And if you're
doing-
not careful,
Right.
if you don't put your protections up,
they will affect
they
that magic.
they
right
will.
in there.
They will.
They're
And
right in there.
I do a lot of ancestral stuff, and I have to be careful on who I call and how I call my protective circle.
Because they got all get along.
Right, because not all of my ancestors get along, and because some of the ancestors that are willing to help me don't really know what it is that they're doing or what they should do. So it's like telling a 5-year-old to drive a car and they've never been behind the wheel. They're willing. I could tell my 6-year-old granddaughter right now, let's go drive the car.
I know your twins would be.
The twins,
they
yeah,
would
the twins are
wrecking
3.
shop.
The
They would
twins
be
are 3. If I
wrecking
tell them let's
shop.
go drive, they're going to be ready. They're going to get in the car. They know to sit in the driver's seat. They know to hold on
They
to the
probably get
steering
that thing
wheel.
all the way on before
You know what I'm saying?
Get in their
Well,
way.
they're not strong enough to turn the ignition,
Yet.
right? Yet.
Oof.
But you know what I'm saying? So, but they know where to sit, and they know which, they know how to
Right.
get started, but they don't know how to do it.
They know they
And
gotta look at the steering wheel.
Right, and so what happens when you don't have your protections up, and even when the good ones come in, they get to mix in with your stuff, and then you have salt instead of sugar in your cake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful because they can only help you in so much as what they know. And that's for any spirit, not just your ancestors. That's any spirit
Right.
at all that you call in to talk to or whatever. They can only help you insofar as what they knew when they were on Earth.
That's interesting. I did not know that. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes sense. I don't do a lot of ancestors. I work with like my immediate ancestors, the ones that I knew.
Right.
The people I
right.
knew.
And they have knowledge
Right,
about certain
right.
things. And when
And
you
we
call
come
them,
from a
you call them
spiritual
because of
family,
that knowledge.
Right.
But there are ancestors that you may not have met. Cousins, uncles, aunties, what have you, grannies,
Right.
grandpas, that you might not have met yet,
Who'd be willing to jump in.
that are willing to help.
Right. And my spiritual, you know what, that's another subject, but I do
But-
want to say, like, because I know, like, we're talking about protection. It's like setting a boundary.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
It is intentionally, like, a boundary in itself is a form of protection. Setting your boundaries
Absolutely.
and not letting people cross them is a way to protect your energy
Absolutely.
in a big way. And
Absolutely.
the caveat is you can have a whole ass wall, which is a protection. A wall, this is protecting the dirt behind it.
Right.
But if somebody takes a sledgehammer,
And hits it and breaks it.
breaks it, if they
It all falls
welcome
down.
that damage, if they invite, if you've got,
If you let it slide, it's not a matter
Right.
of welcoming the damage. If you don't say, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
you gotta
hey, stop,
maintain.
stop. If you don't say, hey, you're hitting my wall and you're gonna break it and we're not having that, then then you lose that integrity.
Yeah, the wall
and you lose
breaks.
that protection.
The protection breaks.
And the more someone hits your wall and you don't say anything
Or do anything.
the more they will hit the wall, and then you have no protection whatsoever.
Right.
And
sometimes that does look like just maintaining your normal boundaries.
Right.
Like, you got, like, making sure, checking out, like, mine is, if somebody's trying to cast on me, I don't want to tell people that.
We're not going to say exactly what our protections are because that's the thing.
Anyway,
if I give you,
they'll tell you what is going on.
Like flat out, my cousins, myself, I'm not sure. I know my sister Susan doesn't have it, but I don't know if my eldest sister Nellie does or not. But we all have like the same pound cake recipe because it came down through my grandmother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It came down through my grandmother, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's delicious. There's nothing wrong with all of us having it. I don't know how many of us do, but if I give it to Dottie and she says, "Oh, this is Jay's grandmother's recipe," and she does one thing wrong with it,
then it's no longer
my grandmother's recipe. You know what I'm saying? It's now Dottie's recipe. And what happens with that is it loses its integrity.
Yeah.
Not to say that hers is going to be nasty or anything like that.
But it would no longer
But
be
it's
the
no
same
longer
cake.
the same.
It's no longer
You know what
the
I'm
same
saying?
cake.
And then if she gives it to somebody else,
And they change
it, like by the time it comes back around, it's not the same. So you don't have the same boundaries. You don't have the same protection.
Yeah.
So if I give
It doesn't
you
have the same shape, it may not have
Right.
the same size, the same texture.
right,
But
right.
yeah.
If I tell you where my weak link is,
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you where to. I'm not
feel
going to tell
me?
you where to hit me.
facts.
I'm going to let you know. I'm not going to let you know what my protections are. And that's
Right.
the thing. Keeping your stuff safe. It's like, because what you're essentially doing is like, it's very common for some people to hide a key somewhere
Outside the door.
somewhere
Right.
outside the door. If you tell somebody where that key is,
Then you let
you're
them.
letting them get through the barrier. You're
Yep.
letting them get through your protection of the lock.
Right,
The lock is the protection for your house. It's your ward,
right.
essentially.
And the more and they might put it back. They could put the key right back where they got it from.
Or they could move it, or they
But
could
the
tell
fact,
somebody else.
the fact that they know where your key is
Right.
means that they can use it whenever they want to. That's why we have triggers. That's when you hear people talking about, "Oh my God, he triggered me. I'm so triggered behind this," because you don't have the protections up that you should have up.
Right.
You're not doing the work that you should be doing, and
don't
somebody knows exactly
Where
what
to touch
button to push
Oh
to
my God.
upset you.
And I definitely want to show some real compassion here because I've got triggers. I think. Anybody
we
making
all
a certain
do.
Age, like
We
you
all
get
do.
that damage.
We all do.
Somebody gets in under your skin, especially like they get in, they start feeding off your energy like a parasite.
Right.
Like
Right.
everybody's got that ex. Everybody's got that one ex that now you can't.
Right.
Something sets you off because they did it.
Right. And you
it
have
may
to
be-
have certain sets of protection
to know. Yeah.
to know, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and it's layers. It's not just like, oh, let me put on this coat to protect me from the cold outside.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm
gotta,
saying?
like, do
Or
shadow
let me
work
put
and work on that, but-
I'm in a tank top right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't wanna
shouldn't
be
be
out
out.
in the
I shouldn't be outside in the woods right now with this tank top on because I'm getting ate up by bugs. A layer of protection is the bug spray. Another layer of protection is to have enough common sense to put on a shirt. Right? But I just got
Fair.
off work.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's layers to protection. Like we said, you do your circle.
Right.
You do your
do
sacred space.
I want to go back to the trigger thing because I do think that that is a symptom of having your barriers violated that
It
you
is.
don't necessarily have control of when
It
when
is.
because there's hard barriers, there's soft barriers. I think there's barriers that we're aware of, boundaries. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
Boundaries we're aware of, and boundaries that we don't know we have until somebody smacks into them.
Right.
And then especially if you get in a situation where somebody has some authority over you,
Or think they have some authority over you.
or think they have some authority over you, or you're in a situation where you don't realize how deep you've gotten until somebody no longer cares that you have a boundary there. Once that
Right.
boundary's been violated so often,
Right.
you can't. It feels like you can't build a strong enough barrier.
Right, exactly. But you can. But you
You
can.
can't. Like that's shadow work. We're gonna do a whole nother video.
Right.
That's another video. That'd be a
That
great
is.
video.
That is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Carl Jung and
Yes.
and symbolism.
So, what else? Okay, so when you're doing your crafting and stuff,
Wards.
right, that's what I was getting ready to say, the wards. You want to, when you're creating your sacred space, like if you're at home, you can put wards up around your home, around your house, around your car, around your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And wards are...
Like the tattoo.
Yeah,
Or,
wards are little ways of protection.
Right.
Just well, some of them are really big, so I'm not gonna say that they're all little, but they can be just as tiny or as big as you need them to be.
right.
It could be as simple or as as complicated. One that Christians use a lot is what is it?
Prayer.
Yea. Though I walk through the valley of death, I should fear no evil. That's a ward. I don't care what y'all say.
Right. The thing that witches aren't supposed to be able to say.
You feel me? And look, and that's so messed up.
I'm about to go through the whole thing just to say it.
I can say it. I just don't remember it.
Right.
Okay? If I pull it up, I can read it off to you. I can
it's not
say
our
it.
thing.
It's just not my thing.
So I do want to, adult conversation here. When you think of wards, are you thinking about the object that you're placing to create the
No.
boundary? Or are you thinking of the boundary itself, like
It's
the energetic
for
boundary?
me, a ward is the energetic boundary.
Okay, because that's what I think of when I think of a ward. Now, I
Yeah.
will set a ward so that
That's
it
why I
is set
said you
up
can
with an
ward.
object.
Right, like if I'm ward, like my car, the car has wards on it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
warded.
The car that we have has wards on it.
Right. The objects that you place that would be like tokens.
And right. You know what I'm saying? But those are like talismans and amulets. But yes, those can also be protection. You know, in the Victorian era, they wore locks of people's hair and stuff, and it was protection.
Victorians were weird.
They were
I don't know if I would
definitely
do
weird.
anything. Well,
But-
I don't know. I can try to do it.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my
Spitting up cheesecloth.
my
before, yeah.
necklace that I have on is protective. You know, there are wards on my necklace. You know?
Right, because I can see the different stones.
Yeah.
You probably can't identify them, but I'm sitting next to her, so I can identify some of them.
But
Some
yeah,
of them.
you know what I'm saying? That's what that is. So like when you ward your house, you're putting protection up around your house. And you have to be, when you're warding something, that's something too. When you are warding something, you want to be as specific as you can. We might
you
be
can
getting
do
a
a good
visitor from the cop
general-
show. We'll see if he'll get on camera with us.
You can do a good general ward. I will say that when you do your ward, yeah, he's definitely coming up the same
Yeah.
time. When you're doing your ward, you definitely want to do the cleanse first. If you're warding a space,
Right,
Or
right.
hello.
Hello.
Well, I should get part back 15. What's the time?
Okay, what time is it?
20 till 8 right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to come get on camera? Come on.
Okay.
You sure?
Yep, hi.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Hey, Bixby. Set an alarm for 8:05
We'll go get the hell up out of here.
p.m.
Is he finally listening to you?
Now he wants to listen.
You know, and this is what happens when you turn your electronics into familiars. They stop listening to you.
Absolutely.
That was one thing, and we're talking about familiars. If they
Yeah,
do
we'll
not,
do that too.
they have got their own. We did a
Yes.
whole episode on just familiars.
But okay, so back to the ward thing. When you're putting protection up, like at home, you want to cleanse it of whatever negativity could possibly be in there.
Right, because if you set your
even
ward up first,
If you
you're
go
gonna be
in
stuck
there
with it.
and you have somebody that says, "Oh, this is a clean space,"
clean it twice.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
Oh my
if you
God.
have a psychic, like I live with a psychic, so if she tells me that the house needs to be cleansed, then I'm like, "Let's go do this." You know what I'm saying? Because she
Right.
knows.
right,
Dottie's a psychic. She knows.
right. If you told me the space was clear, I'd be like, okay, let me go get my oil. I'll be right back.
Right.
Which
You
is
know
great.
what I'm saying?
Olive oil.
I'm not a
is
psychic,
great ward.
but we're in that.
right.
But
Which is kind of a professional title
It
at this
is.
point. It's not
It
really
is.
what I am. It's what I do for a living.
but yeah, so you know, if I walk into a space and you know Josie says, "Oh, it's cleansed, it's clean,"
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, "All right, cool, let's go ahead and do the wards," because I know I can trust her. But if there are people in my life, like I would trust Dottie if Dottie said, "Okay, it's clean, let's do this." I would trust Dottie too. But there are people in my life that
You can't because they don't see.
they don't
know.
see things the way that I see things.
They know it. It's so
And they're like,
sad.
"Oh, everything is cool." And then I'm like,
But
no.
what's that creepy guy?
But-
What's the?
You feel me?
if
Why
it's
is that
Clinton's,
6 foot
what's that
shadow in the
6 foot shadow in the
yeah.
corner?
But
Like, who's that? You can
but
tell
like
when my
she
house
was
is
saying-
cleansed that my dog fur. You know, we were talking earlier about kind of how dirt, we're removing
Yeah.
dirt, we're showering to protect ourselves,
Yes.
and how like dirt itself will carry a negative charge.
absolutely, depending on where it comes from.
Right. My dog, he's a big black dog. He's a big black Labrador, and we love him dearly. But my house will literally start to look like shadows are growing out of the corner because there's a massive amount of black dog
Right.
here.
Right.
When I finally vacuum and everything, everything literally changes.
Right. But yeah, so you want to ward. You want to be careful when you ward, and make sure that everything is cleansed like it should be, because what happens is what Dottie said earlier that I don't know if you guys heard is. You lock whatever's in there.
Oh
there.
my God! Oh yeah, we all know somebody. We know somebody who does this, who is very, very strong wards, but also does not.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that on camera.
But yeah, I have witnessed some younger in the lifestyle, in the craft people. Before they cleanse, they start warding, and I'm like, yeah, let me leave first. And they're like, what do you mean? I can't be inside of this circle if you're going to just start throwing circle and you didn't cleanse anything yet. Because, and when I say throwing circle, that's putting up the wards.
Right.
The protection. Because
I usually do because the way I set up,
I'm not going to let you get me caught up. I am an energy generator. And the last time that I was truly caught inside of a circle with
somebody who didn't know what they were doing.
is the only way I can describe it. I wasn't paying attention. I was napping, and I was out with a group of friends, and we were camping, and they decided to cast circle an hour and some change before we were supposed to. And instead of waking me up so I could participate, right? Instead of waking me up so I could participate,
Rude.
they got to practicing this circle. And so there were enough of them there that when they started calling corners, which is something I do, but I don't do. I don't do it the same.
Which is kind of hard to just practice that one.
When they were practicing calling the corners and doing circle, they actually called circle, because you practice it in your head quietly when you're by yourself. You know, there's nothing wrong with practicing so that you learn it, so you remember it. Because right now I can call circle like that.
Right.
Out loud or not. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me, if you are learning and you're reading it to memorize it, that's fine. But what you don't do is you have 4 people. You don't have 4 people sit at the corners where they're supposed to be sitting, calling corners, and each one of them called corners differently.
That sounds like
fun. I mean, don't get it twisted. I have been in circle. In circle, and when I call my corner, my element, my direction, whatever it is that we're supposed to be doing in that moment, I call upon what I know for that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have a Norse pagan, they're going to call upon their Norse pagan people for their corner. If you have someone that works with Hecate, they're going to call on Hecate for their corner. Stuff like that. I'm okay with that.
A lot of times my group calls on elements.
Right.
Because different gods association
with different elements.
Right. We've got a lot of different pantheons. Everybody's multi-pantheon.
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it the way that I say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I call on whatever element I'm calling on, that's what I'm doing.
Right.
So you have 4 different people that are calling
4
circle.
different pantheons.
4 different pantheons. Actually, I'm going to say even more than that, because they each said their stuff.
Did they actually call the
all
elementals,
4?
or were they calling gods?
Did. I don't know.
Okay.
Which is where the problem came in.
Because if you leave a water elemental in your house, they will fuck up your pipes.
Absolutely.
Just FYI.
But
ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know.
Right. But I'm sitting out here. We're in the woods, and they literally, instead of sitting around the fire and going over this like in a straight line or whatever it was, they all went to the outskirts of our camp to make the entire space a sacred space.
Including the poo bag?
And no, the toilet was like a little ways down. But they made they were making it a whole sacred space. And so it was like all 4, and like I'm in this tent, and I'm in one of the directions, right? Not like exactly in the direction, but I'm like in one of the directions, and I'm to the west. So for me, the past is west, and that's water.
Right.
It's the past. It's the water. It's the go back. And so I'm sitting there, and my ancestors come beating like, "Hey, this ain't cool." So I'm immediately like wide awake, like, what's going on? You know?
Right.
And I step out of my tent, and I see all kinds of, I'm not going to say weird things because I see weird things all the time, but I see things that should not be in circle. And I'm like, get out.
Like, where are they going to go? How are they going to
I didn't know circle had been called.
She's trying to banish them from inside
So
the
I'm
circle.
like, get out. You're not supposed to be here. Go away.
Poor guys.
And
Or
literally
or
this one spirit looks at me and is like, where am I going to go? And I'm like, the hell on. That's where you're going, the hell on. And he's like, how am I going to get there? And I'm like, what do you mean?
The same way you got here.
So I'm standing there, right? And so one of the things that I do is I play in the dirt. I craft in the dirt. And so I'm like, nah, homie, like, and I'm getting ready to go and like do what I need to do with this dirt and, you know, do what I got to do. And I go to touch the dirt. I go to bend down and touch this dirt.
And you feel the circle?
And I feel the circle, and I'm like, who called circle?
Have you ever had a circle pop on you?
And oh, I had to pop that one. They didn't even know
Their circle.
because
Did they get sick? Did they get the circle sickness?
yes. But it was funny because they did not know that if you call circle, you had to take circle down.
Those poor kids.
So they were practicing calling circle, but wasn't practicing taking it down.
So did they just keep summoning a circle?
They summoned like 6 of them.
Okay.
Now, mind you, I'm an energy generator. So if there's something stuck in this circle with me, it's coming for me. It sees my light, it's coming for me. No, it can't really mess with me because I have my personal protections up. But it's going to be like, hey.
Oh, you look like the designated
Hey.
adult. Will you please tell me
Hey.
what the fuck is going
And
on?
I'm in
You're
here
with
like,
these
I'm in that
circles of
circle
hell.
like freaking out. And so
I don't
I'm
know how
like,
to call you.
who? Each person called a different circle. And there's like 6 people calling circle. But 4 people specifically are like in their corners. And I'm like, I can't stand none of y'all, let me out of this shit.
You know,
And
I got
it
a
was
story that's
so
almost that
twisted.
dumb.
It was so twisted, like when I went to step outside of it, like I hit the circle.
Did you just like smack into it?
I stubbed my toe on that, and I was like, oh, this ain't even cool. So I stood right there. You know what I'm saying? I stood in my western place, and I started calling on my ancestors to dismantle this circle. I was pissed.
Oh
Pissed. So if you don't know how to call circle, don't call circle. If you don't know how to break your ward,
If you don't know how to bring it down properly. Now this is something that I've got a real big problem with, especially on TikTok. They'll tell you how to do something,
but they don't
won't
tell you how to dismantle it
or dispose or anything.
right.
If you get a chance to watch the Crystal the Cottage Witch, she has a really cool video on
Dismantling?
she sets up, I can't remember what she calls them, but essentially kind of the ripcord. Like
Got
she
you.
knows how
The
to
full
like,
cord, yes.
yeah. Like
Yes.
she'll set up a spell, but she'll have a way to dismantle it quickly
Right,
and
right.
efficiently.
Right. And you need that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you travel. Like I travel,
Right, you don't want to take that. Oh, okay.
I
So I gotta tell my
travel-
story first. Let me tell
Go
my
ahead.
story first. So this was back in the college. I was young and dumb, like so many of us. I didn't do this. I was just in the circle. And you know, I'm the medium. So, like, I do know how to throw up a circle pretty quick, even when I was young. But I am throwing up a circle that's like maybe you and me at this point. Not, you know, now I could probably do one that would cover the park. But then I don't know what I'm doing. I can cover, as far as I think it was just like maybe a foot past where I could reach
Right.
at the time. I could feel myself accidentally setting up a circle. I'm sorry about that.
same. It's okay.
Did you feel that? You know, we start talking about it, just
Automatic.
right. So let me bring that down real quick.
I've had one moving around us the entire time, everywhere we've gone. So
I know.
It's okay.
It's like every time we talk about protection, that's the first thing you do is, which is something we could do a whole conversation on how to set up and take down circles. So it'd be
Yes.
really good. That could be informative.
Yes.
The story. I will get to the story. So this group, it's like 5 of us. One guy is just there. He's just the cool guy. His girlfriend's a witch, and he's just the guy who's there. We've got the nerdy magic guy. I don't know, the Grand Wizard, not the Grand Wizard because that's a tainted term, but he's really, really knowledgeable about magic. And he's still pretty young too, but he has some practice. He's done a lot of the armchair wizardry.
Gotcha.
But he has a little bit of practice and a lot of knowledge. Because he kind of geeks out on it. And we've got his girlfriend, who is just your quintessential goth witch. Love her dear. And me. So that makes 5, which is a great number for a circle. It really is.
It is, truly.
That's about the time you start having a real circle. And so we've got a real circle. We've got people who know enough to be dangerous, who know enough to hurt themselves.
Oh, bless it.
We set this circle up, and the lady whose boyfriend is just there is like, and this is, of course, this is Samhain. For those who don't know what Samhain is, which, how did you find this channel? It's Halloween, and the veil is very thin to begin with, and we're in a sacred space to begin with. Like, we found like a really great, this is one of those places where the circle, the design is set into the stone. So this place, everybody who does magic in this town does magic there on a different occasion. We don't, if somebody's there, you just keep walking. You don't even stop. But there is we're setting this thing up, and she invites the dead into the circle. She says, all spirits around, feel free to join. And I swear it turned into Grand Central Station. It was like you didn't put up a circle in the first place. It's still there, but it's not stopping anything. It's not. It may
All
have
you
stopped
did was put up a wall so that when they come in, they can't get out.
Some work, as I started having spirits flock to me because they can see my light. Like, oh, you're the one who works with dead people. So I've got this poor kid that's passed away. This kid had to been 5 years old from like the mid-century. And so he's like attached to my leg, and I can feel that kid just like grab onto my leg and hold on. And I'm like, I'm putting up this protective bubble inside the bubble,
Right.
to prevent Grand Central Station from getting
To you.
to the kid and myself. And I'm like, I think I even dropped down to my knees and was doing it. So this kid was like on top of me. This spirit is clinging to me in fear. So not only like I don't know, and she fell out. She had like, she hit the ground, and of course the guy who is just there goes over and he's trying to, he goes to move, and the guy who knows better yells, "Stop!"
Right.
So that he can take over the rest of the circle, because I was not prepared for this. I didn't know what to do. I know what to do now if something like that happens. But like, we've got like, and her boyfriend comes over and goes to touch her, and one of her guardians came out. And which, glad she had a guardian at the time, because she just hit the ground. It was too much, because you get that massive, and there is like circle pop. But this is one of the great examples of how you can create a boundary. You can create a ward or barrier. But if the wall doesn't do anything if the door's wide open.
Right. And it's so funny because one of the things that I have people ask me is, help protect me from me. How do I protect me from me?
Stop fucking up. Shadow work.
Exactly.
That's how you protect you.
Exactly. Shadow work and stop fucking up.
Right.
You can't.
That is mean. And
You can't protect yourself in a toxic work environment, a toxic home environment, if you are participating in the toxicity.
Right. And sometimes the best way to protect yourself is to just get out of the situation. Like,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
something like,
And
knowing
that's
when
where
to leave
offensive-
is a good protection.
That's where the offensive comes in. The best way to protect yourself is just not put yourself in that position. If you want to learn how to cast circle, you want to learn how to do your wards, you know what I'm saying, around your house or something, read up on it, do your research, ask somebody that knows what they're doing, ask a couple of people that know what they're doing, because you don't want to just go and say, hey, Dottie, show me how to do this, because Dottie's way, for me personally, is not going to work. You know what I'm saying?
And I'd stumble
my
through
roommate,
yours, you know, like
my roommate, the way she does things doesn't work for me. And I know for a fact that the way I do things, y'all would be like, what?
well, we don't
Through
do the
half
same
of it.
ancestors. Like, first of all, because
You know
I
what
know
I'm
you
saying?
do a lot of ancestors.
Right.
We ain't got the same ancestors.
Facts. And your
Like, I might
ancestors
think of
aren't
you
going to
as a
do
sister, but your
right, but their
ancestors aren't
ancestors
showing up for me.
right, exactly.
I love you like a sister, but
you
they're
know what
not
I'm
showing
saying?
up for you.
So you have to be careful when you're doing your protective magic, and make sure that it's something you can do. There's this little white girl, bless her heart, on TikTok that
I don't know, you do have to practice.
was singing to her ancestors. She went to her grandmother and grandfather's great-grandmother, great-grandfather, something like that's grave. First of all, she didn't sing very well. And I say that, but I can't sing either, so. But she's sitting there and she's singing what, in truth, was not to be sung for her particular type of ancestors. And I'm gonna find the video and I'm gonna show you the video. But I know her ancestors, her grandmother, her grandfather, whose grave she was standing on it and touching while she was doing this, rolled in their graves. I know they did. I know they did. You have to, when you're doing your protective work, you need to know
Who you're working
who
with.
you're working with and how to do it. And it's not to say that you can't come up with your own plan, with your
Right.
own stuff. But if you're gonna do it on your own, know who you're working with, what you're working with, whether it's herbs, crystals, sigils,
It is
dirt,
to find
your ancestors,
or
whatever it is that you choose to work with, that's a bigger plan. That's a jet. Oh, look at the deer.
What is with the deer lately?
But
The universe is sending a sign for deer. There's a baby deer. Hello, baby deer. Hello, baby deer.
that's another one. Sorry, I didn't mean
That's
to feel like that. That was
deer.
excitement.
That's 3 deer.
It was
Deer.
mama and some babies.
The deers are sending me signs lately.
But
I gotta
but
figure
yeah,
out what it is before another one
regardless,
throws itself in my car.
because we have to end this soon. Go figure. But just on that note, when you're doing protective work, whatever it is you're using, whatever it is you're doing, make sure you do the research first, because you don't want to use, you don't want to go and do crystal work, or not even necessarily crystal work. You don't want to do different types of work, your protective work, in places where it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you have
you
a
go to a place
small
that's gonna try
apartment,
it.
you know what I'm saying? Like I live in an apartment, and I have crystals up as protection and my ancestors. And so that's what I have. I have crystals and my ancestors. And then I did the work. I can't do like plant magic in my room because I don't have enough sunlight to keep the plants alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't do the herbs and put the herbs in different places around the room or what have you, because I'll vacuum them up because I forget.
You know what? This is
You
one of
know,
the things
like
wanna
I
have
know
to
my
bring-
limit.
This is one of the
But-
things I'll have to bring up when I do the cleansing video, because when you're cleansing that space, you should be mindful that you're not pushing that out into like the main hallway. That
Right.
you know, because then you have like the blinky light effect. for
Right,
the
right.
horror
So,
movie
yeah, that
hallway.
definitely goes with
then
cleansing.
walk into your like
Definitely goes with
1950s
cleansing.
like muffin smelling house. All right,
Definitely goes with cleansing. But
we got to get
But
the
yeah,
hell out of
so
here.
just to close it up, when you're doing your protection stuff, which you should always do,
Right. You're going to develop your own way of doing it. Like,
yeah, definitely develop your own way of doing it. But do the research on what it is you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it. There's a lot of basic things that you can do that everybody can do. But look into how you practice your craft.
Right. You know what? It's funny because I've been listening to us talk, and we definitely have been talking like we're speaking to beginners. And sometimes our videos are for beginners, and sometimes they're more experts. I
Right.
hope we put in enough that the people who do know what they're already doing are interested.
I mean, if you know what you're doing and you just want to try something different, like using dirt, because I'm telling you, I play in the dirt all the time.
I love some dirt.
Leave us a message. Leave a message and say, "Hey Jay,"
Right,
it's
yeah,
spelled
leave us a
Jai, Jai. But leave a message and say, "Hey Jay, what is it with the dirt?"
Subscribe.
You know what I'm saying? What is it with the dirt? And I'll tell you what it is with the dirt. Well, crystals. If you want to know what crystals to use and how to set the intentions in your crystals, hit us up.
Right. You can leave a comment and we'll be glad to answer it within reason.
Mm-hmm.
You can leave some crazy shit down there. I'm not going to pay attention to you.
I might. Just know
luck.
that you might not like the answer.
Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That would really help us out.
Yes. Yes.
Share this video with somebody you think might be interested in it.
Or might learn from it.
Might learn from it. This is definitely feels like it's been geared more towards people who are like at that intermediate phase. It's definitely like
I feel like it's more towards that newbie
Yeah.
going into the intermediate phase.
right,
You know, like they've learned some things and they're ready to try them now.
right.
Yeah.
So
You know where to find us. War and Chaos Conjure.
right. We need to work on our tagline. I know
We're going to work on it. We're still working on that. Y'all know us.
Mine is like pet that dog. I've got that pet that dog little sticker on the last couple of videos with the picture of Luther.
Oh, that is adorable.
It is. Have you seen it?
It is adorable.
Yep.
Makes me want to pet Luther.
a good
But it's so funny. Luther looks scary as hell. But Luther is so nice until you mess with her.
He's my dog. He's a good dog. He's my
a good
pupper
dog.
baby.
Yes. I don't know. I gotta come up with something.
Ow.
This is Jay.
This is Dottie.
Thanks for watching Chaos Conjure,
Now empty out your sippy cup.
and pack away your wands.
Make it home before the moon rises. And watch out for the knot deer.
I bet that dog.